That's right. Where are the Milwaukee Bucks? Where are they? They're absolutely fucked versus the red hot Phoenix Suns. Nothing can stop Phoenix this year. Their effort tenaciously for every single shot the Phoenix Suns contest out there on the basketball court. What I equate to Mamba Blood is playing your ass off on both ends of the floor. Not only looking to score every time, but looking to contest every single shot. That's what Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns are doing. They're contesting every single shot out there. With Mike D'Antoni, there's a lot of stand around, let's stick my hand halfway out when they shoot a ball, let's just only focus on scoring. This is what I'm talking about, this Phoenix Suns team. They have learned a lot from the Golden State Warriors because Steve Kerr was the general manager of the Phoenix Suns during the time that he transitioned the Phoenix Suns away from the D'Antoni running gun to more size with Shaquille O'Neal, inevitably before he left. Steve Kerr was looking for that defensive element of the game, and I think Steve Kerr looked at the evolution of scoring in the way that Greg Popovich had the Spurs pass the ball and go on quick cuts to the basket all the time, quick passes to really shuffle the defense out. Where Greg Popovich, in a way, revolutionized how the league has gone to this style of 3-point shooting with quick ball movement. And I think that's what he perfected was the defensive element of contesting the perimeter, which the Warriors were always great at. That's why they were so feared. And that is what the Phoenix Suns do well. So I believe that they have learned well from the Golden State Warriors and what I've seen from Monty Williams. He was with the Philadelphia 76ers. I wasn't sure if he was with the Spurs or not. I can probably look that up right now. Because he definitely came from the Philadelphia 76ers. Monty Williams, Notre Dame, San Antonio Spurs back in 1998. They won the championship in 1999. So it was Portland, New Orleans, and Oklahoma City where he was with. So, he was an associate head coach with Kevin Durant for 1 year. Kevin Durant left or whatnot. So the league was line up the narratives with the Nets during the conference semifinals. This is a good way to go about with the NBA championship. I mean, the Jesuits are scripting professional sports in a way that you think Messi is finished and he can't win the big trophy, and that LeBron is finished, that he can't win rings, in a way that LeBron is resurrected from the dead and he comes back from a first-round exit and he becomes a great player that he is. That you only thought that LeBron won when it was in a bubble. It was in a closed arena. That LeBron can't handle fans in the stands, which is ridiculous because he scored 51 points in an NBA Finals game. But the Cleveland Cavaliers in the opening game, he was Jordan-esque that game. LeBron James is imposing his will all the way, and he showed how great he was in that NBA Finals game, first one before, the guy from the Denver Nuggets, what you call J.R. Smith. This dude comes in and forgets, the time, the situation of the game. It was a big disgrace. But Phoenix Suns are going to get it done because the Milwaukee Bucks show that they're getting exposed out there by Trae Young. How can they handle quick point guards? How are they going to handle Devin Booker and Chris Paul on the dribble? I believe with Jay Crowder and DeAndre Ayton that it's going to be very difficult in the perimeter for Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton, this dude can't be consistent. He's a good player. He can get some great 25-point games. He can shoot over them. The fact is, this NBA is rigging. Well, let me just save that thought for a different video. Here I'm talking about the Phoenix Suns showing that they're too red hot right now, that this Valley-oop is a rally for the Valley, that's for sure. Rally the Valley for a Valley-oop, baby. Red hot Phoenix Suns, I'm enjoying every second of it. I could give a damn about like a three-peat if it means seeing the Suns win the championship, because I'm glad when LeBron just proves people wrong. That the Phoenix Suns are the reason why people don't believe in LeBron, think he's finished. That the Phoenix Suns are helping LeBron have the greatest comeback ever. I mean, this dude is amazing. When he comes back from this, there's no doubt this guy's gonna be the GOAT if he can win a sixth ring, because many people don't believe LeBron's gonna win a sixth ring again. So it's gonna be incredible when it does happen. But the Phoenix Suns are really honoring Kobe Bryant very well this year for Devin Booker. I just feel that the best player of the league right now, it's been shown to be a Kobe Bryant-esque player who perfects his position, because Kobe Bryant is shooting guard and Devin Booker is a shooting guard. No disrespect to the cream of the Jabbar and Giannis factor, but the fact is that with Kobe Bryant, the Lakers are going to win the repeat 24 months later. This is a angle with Devin Booker. The Suns are number 2. The Clippers are number 4. I mean, pretty much said it right now, but I can leave a whole separate video with the idea on the title about Devin Booker, being the Kobe Bryant this year. And, no one saw the Phoenix Suns coming, but I ended up being very happy seeing the Phoenix Suns win the championship. I could give a damn if the Lakers three-peat or not, because the only thing that's more important to me now is the Lakers, LeBron being coronated at the time Michael Jordan at Brooklyn. The fact is, people don't think that's going to happen. That's when numerology is going to take over. It's when LeBron this time Michael Jordan in 2023. And maybe Biden's death and all of that, too, is what we're going to get through with the code of gematria, numerology. And we predicted Joe Biden to win the election. We predicted LeBron to win his 4th ring, when people thought he wasn't going to win the championship. Predicted the Nuggets to defeat the Clippers in the quarterfinals. Predicted the LA Clippers to advance against the Mavericks, against the Utah Jazz. So gematria was spot on with the LA Clippers, every single result with the LA Clippers. But I believe that the LeBron extend this contract was probably the biggest clue, probably the big thing to take away that LeBron was going to win this year, that he kind of come back and prove people wrong in shortest NBA offseason in history. Had a toll on LeBron James, and he just has to come back with more rest to heal up his body, to come back and play with the same kind of tenacity, more spaced out games in between when you have 3 days versus all these every other day is back-to-backs. And that's what hurt LeBron. That's what hurt him the biggest this year with his injuries, I feel, is the amount of recovery in between the amount of games. And I think if LeBron makes up for that quickened recovery time, I think that's going to help him win the championship. He just has to get rested up, because it was just too much having to squeeze in the regular season. And I think that's what it comes down to for LeBron James, is that this is a shortened regular season, but he makes it up for the semifinals and conference finals and NBA finals, and he has 3 separate series to rest his body. Like, that fastens the recovery time at his age. And I think that's what LeBron in the NBA higher up decided, was that this was going to coincide with the fact that the league was going to see it as more parity, that they're going to go away from super teams and have these duels, except for one team out there, the Brooklyn Nets, but you get their duels out there. And instead of three-peat dominance with Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal, what you get is the spaced out, odd occurrence underdog in those off years. So whether it be the Dallas Mavericks against the Lakers, the Dallas Mavericks against the Heat in 2011, 2010 it was. It's 2011 it was. And then the LA Lakers, Miami Heat against San Antonio Spurs. Although the San Antonio Spurs, I think, were a better team that year. I think the Miami Heat were an underdog, but I did notice a lot of stat padding from LeBron during that series, that they were closing out the series early so they can begin the World Cup coverage for ESPN and Disney. So that sort of coincided with the start of the World Cup in 2014, which is why the Miami Heat lost in 5 games, according to Brian Tooley. So, LeBron definitely, he, through the series or whatnot, he knew what the plan was from above when he decided to stat paddle. And, Eric Spoelstra was seen as a joke after that series. And then LeBron wanted that year to not make the playoffs to the Lakers, or rest his body, maybe. I don't know. LeBron, a crafty guy. You got to go doubt the brother for his intelligence. This dude is playing every step forward for his career. And LeBron, credit to him, he got the brains to be able to do that, be a great businessman and all that. And he knows when he's going to go out and be great. So the video of LeBron, pretty much saying that it's all conspiracy, that he's washed up. I mean, I speak LeBron too, so I know what he means with the tweets, because I know that LeBron knows that he will tie Michael Jordan, because I'm certain to you that LeBron knows that he will tie Michael Jordan. And then there are people out there that get too emotionally attached that they think, oh, it's not going to happen because it's all part of the script, my friend. It's LeBron's going to prove people wrong. This is part of, being the greatest player ever, and you're being hip, and you are being what is it? You're not being hip, but you're being woke or whatever. You gotta like LeBron, man. You gotta like his opinion on Donald Trump being a bum and all that, And so that's what corporate America is catering to. So don't think for a second that the game has been utilized to attract more fans from outside the TV set, but for fans with mobile access, and that is younger people. And so that's what they're doing. And they know that our attention spans are pretty short right now. And LeBron rested his body, gets to make up for the time that he lost with his son Bronny during the bubble. I mean, 2 months away from your dad, it's rough as a father. And I credit LeBron as a family man, still with his high school sweetheart. I mean, LeBron is a good man with Jesuit values, it looks like, I believe. And this is why LeBron is the king. He's going to get crowned, man. He's the greatest ever. It's so great to be a part of LeBron's career, part of Messi's career. Hopefully, Ronaldo, if he decides to stay with Juventus, otherwise, this dude is a bum. I mean, come on now. What if it's another round of 16 loss again in 2021 for Cristiano Ronaldo? What if it's not his year this year? What if Portugal are too leaky at the back against Germany and France, and against Belgium, it could be tough. I'm going to say yes. If Chris Paul comes back for Game 3, Phoenix Suns going to win. Otherwise, Clippers can steal a game here, whatnot. I think the Clippers can if Chris Paul doesn't play, and if Devin Booker, if people are going to get hyped up into thinking that this dude is just going to be ice cold the rest of the series or whatnot with his nose injury. I mean, Devin Booker good, man. He can ball. It's all good. He was coming back and he was helping the team contribute well. Although Payne was a pain on the ass for the Clippers the last game. Cameron Payne out there, man. This dude, Cam Payne, can ball. This guy was being aggressive. This guy was being active defensively. I mean, the Phoenix Suns are handling their business in these tight situations, and Milwaukee Bucks haven't done that. They were taken to a Game 7. It's not like the Milwaukee Bucks are invincible, because the Brooklyn Nets took them to a Game 7, even with all their injuries. If you lose to a younger team, the Atlanta Hawks, then you are definitely susceptible to a team that is playing red hot right now in Phoenix, that is showing exactly why they have the best defense in the league, according to what they're doing in the playoffs, respectful to the rest of the teams out there, and doing well and selling out to every shot, being a rising red hot firebird. This is what the Phoenix Suns are all about. The Phoenix Suns going to take it to them. This is the red hot month of July. It's too much against the Suns in the month of July. This is July's Phoenix month, man. Would have been, Phoenix Suns. Bad thing about loving them is that you get too emotionally invested. I mean, too harsh on them for the down years. It's like they stole the years from you, which the Suns did, and I'm not happy about that. Then liking go King LeBron and selling for the 3P and just not waking up or realizing something with the contract extension was the biggest thing. That was why LeBron was going to be 6-6 without a 3P instead of a 3P. And that's what it was. It's Jesuit values with Joe Biden. Because he is the 46th president. There are 46 books in the Old Testament, Joe Biden. This is why this dude is the president. I give Joe Biden a C+, because right now, there isn't no civil war or anything, which is good. But, Joe Biden is not helping out the people of America without the minimum wage increase, without expanding Medicare, taking too long with the infrastructure bill, get out the vaccine is all good, but Joe Biden hasn't raised taxes yet. He may just borrow from the Federal Reserve instead of raising taxes on the wealthy. Joe Biden, I think, is a bad destruction for America, which is why I voted Green Party. I mean, I know that the Republicans are worse, but it doesn't mean I approve a way of governing by the Democrats in any way possible, because Kirsten Sinema and these people, these gangsters, man, like Sinema in Arizona, who's this, you know, she's not trans, but bi, LGBT community senator, pretty hip and all that. And she goes in and caters to debt collectors and major corporations and the restaurant industry. And Kirsten Sinema caters to them versus the living wage, and that she doesn't want to increase the minimum wage, that this is more people that is going to have a better lifeline. And she does not want to end the filibuster at all. That the party, if you have the party in power, you can do whatever you want. I think we need that. When you have the majority in all chambers, yes, there's no filibuster to hold it back, because you earned it from the vote. That the voters have had enough of their party, that they've had enough of their party, that they need to go in. If everybody approves of one party more than the other, they can do what they want. I don't know if you think if it causes fascism or authoritarianism if you do that, but that's something to experiment with. But, if it's progressive government, it's great, but it's just, the government catered to by money. But I think Democrats would be able to get whatever they want. There is some progressive opposition in the government, but the fact is that they're owned by the corporate wealthy. That AOC doesn't rule the Democratic Party. It's Nancy Pelosi and Schumer, the old dogs, that run the Democratic Party. Joe Biden, the old dog, runs the Democratic Party. These old people run the Democratic Party. They won because of the boomers, is what, from what I heard from the media, that young people didn't show up to vote in the primaries. Maybe just being poorly educated about civics, that the government is not subsidizing money towards civics education. I wonder which president got rid of that. Maybe it had to be Ronald Reagan. Who knows? But the fact is, when we get back on track here with the Phoenix Suns over the Milwaukee Bucks, you got to realize something. Budenholzer is a Arizona-born head coach. He was with the Hawks when he last made it to the conference finals as a coach against LeBron's Cavs. He gets to win the conference title this time over the Hawks, the former team that he coached up against LeBron 2015 Eastern Conference final sweep. He gets to go up against the Phoenix Suns as an Arizona native. So that's something to look out for Mike Budenholzer. And the Bucks have built a stadium that they can get more revenue for their stadium if they're in the NBA Finals. They got to pay for their stadium. The Milwaukee Bucks owner, the NBA's cable, has got to help them out with that. So they got to put the Bucks in the finals during this odd year. So the Atlanta Hawks are not doing well by any means. I mean, the Bucks are just going to come back, I think. But is it going to be enough against the Red Hot Suns? I don't think so. That's what's going to go on with the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, the Bucks is so much at 26, and that's the amount of games that Monty Williams won in his first season with Phoenix. Joe Biden will be visiting the Suns. Joseph is the father of Jesus. Jesus is the son of God. Yeah, the Phoenix Suns win the championship. LeBron is resurrected again, and Joseph Biden is the president right now. And, Arizona has more Catholic Christians versus Wisconsin, which is Lutheran and Protestant, you call Wisconsin, So Joe Biden's going to, visit a state of predominantly Catholics, and that's part of the rigging for the Jesuits that they're doing too for Arizona. And so you got to look at the Jesuits versus what you're looking with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Bucks, because instead of Kareem, it's Kobe. It's Kobe, because eventually they'll have to change the logo for Kobe. I believe he will, because Kobe is never forgotten. I think that's the messaging behind the new league logo, that Kobe will never be forgotten. That you are still with us, mate. That we have not forgotten about you. Your memory will not go away, even though you couldn't live with LeBron being better than you. I mean, truth, but that was the truth with Kobe Bryant. And hopefully 20 years later, after 2001, this can all happen again. We will get there with the Kobe angle throughout the conference finals time, during the NBA finals time, because, we're going to get through and call the conference finals, which are doing great right now. And even though the Bucks are losing, it don't matter. The Bucks could be in the NBA finals. There's no chance the Hawks going to win at all. Giants going to come back. If the Hawks are against the Suns, that'd be sick-ass message. But the fact is, I'm going with finance in the new renovations for the Suns arena and the Bucks financing their cost of their new arena. So we're going to talk up on finance on another clip.